Welcome to the Wilde Wealth Way. This podcast is powered by the team at Wilde Wealth Management Group, an award-winning financial services firm that provides comprehensive retirement, investment, real estate, insurance, legal, and tax planning services all under one roof. In each episode, professionals from the firm and our trusted partners will delve into topics ranging from retirement and the stock market to tax planning and insurance. We will even assist getting your kids into college and help get it funded. Welcome to the Wilde Wealth Way. Today, I'm joined with Vanessa Blaha, our Director of Client Services, and I'm Yoder, Chief Operating Officer of Wilde Wealth Management Group. Vanessa joined Wilde Wealth in February of 2011. She is responsible for our daily operational items. She manages our client services team and supports our transitions. Vanessa graduated from the University of Phoenix with honors in business and finance and has also obtained her financial planning certificate. We're honored to have her here today. And Vanessa, welcome to the Wilde Wealth Way.
Thank you for having me.
So before we kind of get into our questions, I wanted to say you received your degree while working here, taking care of 2 kids.
Yes.
And all those fun things.
Absolutely.
Tell me how that was.
It was a project of passion, I would say, probably because you have to be really passionate about it to make all of those things work together. And I had a big desire to earn my degree before my kids left for college because we would have conversations about how important it was. And I felt like it would mean more to them if they saw me working for mine as well. And so it was a lot of really late nights, putting the kids to bed and then going and doing my homework and waking up bright and early and showing up for work the next day. And it just made it even more important to me to get it done. So I'm incredibly proud that I was able to do it. So
good. Well, I'm glad that you got through that, all those sleepless nights, right? So kind of talk me through what led you to joining Wilde Wealth Management Group back in 2011.
Well, as many people know, Wilde Wealth is a family-run company, and I happen to be one of Bill Wilde's children. So I actually started with Wilde Wealth well before 2011. Trevor and I would sit in our living room and prepare mailers to send out, and we would both go and work seminars with my dad at night, helping hand out booklets to the attendees and collect things and just help him in that way. And I think that's really where our passion for this industry grew from. And it's kind of in our DNA. We've been doing it since we were young and watching my dad and his passion for this industry. And it just kind of grew from there. And so in 2011, both of my kids had started school and I had more free time. And Trevor gave me a call and asked if I would be open to the opportunity of coming back. And so I kind of jumped at it. And the idea of working with my dad and my brothers was something that was really exciting for me. And so, the rest is history.
So tell me, back in 2011, how many advisors were there?
Ooh,
approximately.
Maybe 5.
Okay.
It was much smaller. We had a much smaller support staff and, it was this close-knit group. And that's something that I've really liked. We've kind of grown exponentially since then, but we've still kept that same mindset. So
good. Well, tell me, what are some of your favorite attributes about Wilde Wealth? Some of the things that maybe have kept you here.
Well, my dad keeps me here.
That's true.
Trevor keeps me here. But Wilde Wealth has an amazing and really unique dynamic. We started out, like I said, as a small firm, and over the years we've grown quite a bit. But we've really, through all of that growth, we've maintained that people first mentality, and we've made sure that, our employees, our clients across the board, we're putting those people first, and most of the decisions, if not all of the decisions, are based off of that. And that's really what keeps me here, is because you feel important when you work with Wilde Wealth, whether it's on the client end or as an employee.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So walk us through the progression and the changes of Wilde Wealth through the years.
There have been a lot.
Yeah.
So
Where do we begin, right?
Right. So we started out teaching seminars at the local community colleges and kind of built this foundation of educating clients. And everything has kind of springboarded off of that. And through the years, we've added a charitable division to our vision that has had a really big impact on our community. And I think our clients really enjoyed that aspect of the firm as well, because it's not just us. We're looking at what we can do internally and then what we can do for our community also.
Called Wilde for Arizona.
Wild for Arizona. Yep.
Wild with an E.
So everything that we've done, all of the growth that we've had over the last decade has kind of bounced off of that and made sure that as we grow, we're kind of discussing those changes, and we make sure that it's in line with what our mission is, and that it stays true to our primary focus of the exceptional service that we provide to our clients, and then the tools that we allow them to utilize through us.
Yeah. No, and I think that another great thing to mention in that is anytime we do any of our volunteer events through Wild for Arizona, just the family feel we get from the clients as well. Everyone always is so quick to jump in and help, and it is just a big family.
It really is. Yeah.
So this year, we were named number 15 best places to work by the Phoenix Business Journal. Walk us through the process, how we're ranked, and all of those good things.
So the process was really extensive. Each of the companies that were nominated had to go through an evaluation, and all of their employees completed an anonymous survey and kind of answered questions that were along the lines of engagement and satisfaction, access to learning and development opportunities, culture, and value. I was really amazed by the results that we got back. Not surprised, but amazed at all of the good things that each of our employees said, knowing full well we wouldn't know who said them, or, sometimes you get surprising answers, but this one was in such a good way. And it really spoke to the efforts that we've been making across the board that make Wilde Wealth such an amazing company to work for. And several of the questions were open-ended, and employees were able to write in exactly how they felt about the firm. And one that I had that I thought was really kind of exceptional and made me tear up a little was an employee said, "Wilde Wealth is a family-owned and operated company that treats every employee like they are exactly that, family. It's more than a job or a career. It's an organization with a singular view, put our clients first, and everyone is deeply passionate about this. The company cares about you as a person above all, and they go out of their way to make sure that every person is taken care of." And the fact that one of our employees would recognize how much effort is put towards that, and enough so that they would put it in this survey, really kind of shows how hard we work at that.
Well, and I think for me, as the CEO, I think what made it that much more special this year was the fact that this year was crazy.
It was incredibly hard across the board. We were all dealing with family issues and school and how to juggle all of these things that got added onto our plate that really weren't on our radar before 2020. And it felt like we were pivoting every day. There was something new, and the way that the company and the individuals navigated through that in a way that our clients didn't see any type of dip in service, and everybody's needs were being met. Really, it's exceptional, because there are a lot of companies out there where that was not the case.
And I can speak as a leader of a company going through this. You don't know what the right answers are all the time in a pandemic, right?
Right.
Nobody's prepared for this.
No.
So yeah, I think that this year made it even more special to still have the morale up around here, considering what we were juggling.
So true.
And you're definitely a big piece of that, since you manage our huge team of our client service representatives. So thank you. So leading into that, tell us kind of about your position, your role. How has that progressed for you through the years? You did not start out as a director of client services in 2011. So walk us through that.
That is correct. So when Trevor called me in 2011 and asked me to come back, it was because there was a need for a receptionist here in the Scottsdale office. And so that's kind of where I started, and really got to, because I had stepped away for a while to raise my kids, I got to kind of get my feet wet again and get used to the pace of this office. And so I started out as the receptionist, and I kind of shifted roles throughout the years, going to a client service representative and then the lead of the client service representatives, and just kind of growing and changing and trying to look at the company and identify where those needs are and where training opportunities were presenting themselves, because, you know, as we both know, this industry changes constantly, and there's always new guidelines, new compliance requirements. And so my primary role is to kind of identify those, or recognize when they're coming down, and get a proactive plan in place to kind of navigate through those, make sure that our CSR client service representative team is aware of what's changing and what we need to do on our end to kind of adapt and make sure that we're in line with everything that's required of us.
Yeah, definitely. There are always, everything's changing constantly. So with all the changes, what are you excited to see along the way, and what are you excited for going into the future?
Well, our growth has allowed us to bring on a lot of new advisors, and with that, support staff also. And that honestly is what excites me the most. I love when we get to bring on new team members in whatever role that they're joining our firm, because each person that we bring on, we have a very thorough process. And when they join our team, it seems like it's just very seamless. And we've made jokes about it throughout the years that, you know, somebody's work anniversary will come up, and it's like, you've only been with us for a year, because it feels like they just settle in and they fit the group so well. Mm-hmm. And so I love bringing on new employees, new advisors, because inevitably they bring their own perspective and their own ideas. And that has really helped us to kind of look at things in kind of a different way, and maybe look at ways that we can make improvements or just little changes and adaptations to make things flow smoother. And so I get really excited when it's time. The hiring process is not my favorite, but I do enjoy bringing on new team members and getting them trained and making them feel like this is their forever home, and that they can be really successful because we're giving them the tools that they need to, you know, do what they want to do, but also any type of advancement opportunities that they might want.
So kind of going into that, we both know Trevor is not going to slow down anytime soon.
No.
So give me your view. What do you think Wilde Wealth will look like in 10 years from now?
Honestly, that's a really tough question, because had you told me at the beginning of 2020 that we would be bringing on new advisors and new affiliates as quickly as we had, and I didn't see those changes coming. So to forecast ahead the next 10 years seems kind of like a fool's errand, mm-hmm. because it changes all the time, and it changes with the opportunities that we're presented. And we're in a position where we do get offered a lot of interesting opportunities. So I would say I'm anticipating over the next 10 years that we bring on more business affiliates, mm-hmm. and we help provide our clients with the tools that they need to plan for their retirement and their future, whether it's through our estate planning that we have, or through Casey Taylor with our real estate, or our CPAs that we have affiliated with us, and kind of branch out in that direction.
So we're currently sitting at 5 locations. Do you think we have more in 10 years?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. So besides being a great place to work, what are some of the reasons you would recommend Wilde Wealth to clients?
When I recommend Wilde Wealth to clients, my number one reason is because you're not going to find a company that cares more than we do. I mean, we don't just care about your retirement plan or your accounts. We care about you, your family, your goals, what you want your retirement to look like, because it's not just a dollar amount on a statement to us. It is wanting to be able to travel during retirement, or that you want to, open an antique shop, or whatever those goals look like for you. That is where our passion is. And we really go above and beyond to make sure that we're looking at that holistically and as a complete picture, because it isn't just a dollar amount. Anybody can show you your statement and walk you through it. The thing that sets us apart is that we look at it so differently than most financial planning firms, and your goals become just as important to us as they are to you. And whether that means we jump in and help your child complete their Eagle project, or, coordinate some sort of charitable event to help you through something, that's where we put our passion, because it really is about the people, and it is about our clients and their children and what that looks like long term, not just, okay, that meeting's done, move on to the next one. That's one thing that I don't think a lot of clients really have a good understanding of, is how much each one of these advisors thinks about you after the day is done, and how many emails and text messages we get about, hey, we've got to remember to do this, or let's send out something little or an edible arrangement because this happened in somebody's life. Our advisors are thinking about that long after the workday is done. And I just don't think that you get that passion in a lot of other firms.
Yeah, that's probably more to do with us having that family feel.
Absolutely.
Is what allows us to kind of keep that going.
Yeah.
So with that said, I guess another big piece about Vanessa that I want to share is Vanessa keeps us all together as well. And she normally coordinates a quarterly event for all of the employees, which if I had to guess, was a reason we rated so high as well. The employees love that, right? With everything going on, we haven't really been able to do that because we can't get into a big group setting. And so Vanessa has been working and helping behind the scenes on some of our Wild for Arizona. And we've been coordinating where the employees can help do some of our volunteer events. So Vanessa's a part of that. Always trying to keep us connected and involved in the community, and trying to keep the employees connected as well as much as possible. So I wanted to say thank you, obviously, for being on the Wilde Wealth Way with us today, and for just kind of talking us through some of this. And I'm excited to see what the next 10 years will be, how many locations and all of that good stuff. So
absolutely.
I can't thank you enough for everything that you do for us. So thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for joining the Wilde Wealth Way. If you would like to meet with one of our trusted advisors, please go to www.wildewealth.com or call our office at 480-361-6203. You can find our show notes from today's show at www.wildewealth.com/podcast.